Good evening to each and every individual that has decided to join in on this beautiful Thursday. I would like to take this opportunity and introduce myself. My name is Gabiso. Surname is Makala, and I go by the name Gabiso Chabalala because my clan name is Chabalala. And also, if you would like to follow my stories, you can find me on Facebook under the name The Expressionist in Me. I would like to take this opportunity and give a warm welcome to each and every individual. A big thank you to each and every person that has decided to join in to witness such a beautiful moment. Digital launch for the upcoming book, my upcoming book, titled Beautifully Broken, Divinely Repaired. Good evening, good evening. Beautifully broken. Woman of many wounds, she has died so many times before, but each time she refuses to stop breathing, even if it takes the more than passive type of breathing, but the kind that is spoken to the lungs. Breathe. She continues to compress her very own sternum by talking to herself, talking to her heart. You are strong. Until it reaches every organ, until it reaches every peripheral tissue. Beautifully broken woman of many wounds. She has died so many times before, but each time she refuses to stop breathing. She refuses to let her blood loose. She holds it close until it learns to run in her veins over and over again, until it learns to run in her arteries, until she learns to love over and over again. Beautifully broken woman of many wounds. She has died so many times before, but each time she refuses to stop breathing until she becomes a woman of many wisdom. Beautifully broken. So what inspired me to write the book? Well, I would honestly say that the inspiration behind the whole book is the kind of faithfulness that God has shown me in my life. The love, the kind that does not even ask any questions, but it just decides that you are worthy, and it decides that it doesn't matter how imperfect you are or who you are, where you come from, where you've been, but it decides that you are worth saving. And I would add that the kind of strength that God has shown with all the experiences that truly I have been through in my life, and some of the experiences having myself to blame for, but God decided that it doesn't matter. So that was the whole inspiration. Being diagnosed with HIV, and then finding difficulties at home and ending up staying with my boyfriend for 2 years and having him cheat on me, and then deciding that, you know, the only way to solve problems between the two of us was being violent towards me. And I remember the night when he decided to be violent towards me. I can safely say that it was only God that saved me, because I honestly thought that I was going to die that night. I thought that was it. I would never see another daylight. But God decided that it's time, and I will save you today. So the inspiration was truly the love of God, and I thought to myself, why not share this? Why not share this with someone that might be needing to hear that it's okay. God does show up, and when it does show up, he does not even ask any questions, but he lifts you up, and he does not wait for any person's approval, but he just decides, hey, you are my child and you are worth saving. And yeah, so that was the inspiration, and I thought that, you know, sharing might be just what someone else needs. So what I would say to a person that is newly diagnosed with HIV, well, not necessarily only newly diagnosed, but to each and every individual that may be finding difficulties to accept their status, what I would say is, I know that you've probably heard it a million times that it's not the end of the world, but truly it isn't the end of the world. You know, I know that there's nothing 100% about living with any kind of a chronic disease, but I would say take this as an opportunity to reevaluate your entire life, you know, to prioritize, to make good decisions, to live your life to the fullest. Another thing that I would say is that forgive yourself. Very, very important. With me, my previous partner that infected me, he knew that he was positive, so he knowingly infected me. And with time, I decided that, you know what, it's okay, let me forgive him. And then the next step was to forgive myself for putting myself on the line like that. And that is the greatest freedom that you can give yourself: forgiveness, self-forgiveness, and forgiving whomever it may be that infected you. And with saying that, there's, you know, nothing 100%. I know some people worry about finding, you know, a partner. What I can advise you on that, you know, a partner that may be able to accept you with your status 100%, what I would say is that you need to first take the burden off your shoulders, because sometimes we assume that people will not be accepting towards us when they actually would totally react differently. I say this because I have an HIV negative partner, and he loves me and he respects me, and honestly I can say that it's not only about finding a partner, but finding love in family and friends as well. So don't assume that they will not receive you, but they're more than capable of receiving you, as long as you receive yourself first. What I would say to young people that are in sexual relationships, well, firstly I would start off with the young ladies. Being beautiful, trust me, it does not earn you any brownie points at all, I know. And definitely being a good person and having a good heart also does not earn you any brownie points. Thinking to yourself that I don't think God would allow anything like this to happen to me. No, that's not how it works. If you're not taking any precautions, then that does not immunize you from getting infected. And another thing that I would say is that being faithful to your partner and taking good care does not necessarily mean that your partner is doing the same thing. It does not mean they don't go out there and decide, well, it's okay to not take precautions. So take precautions at all times. Put yourself first. Prioritize and make sure that you don't get infected. So I would say that the message of the book is that, you know what? Even if you are busy painfully losing everything or everyone around you, it's okay. As long as you don't lose yourself, as long as you don't lose your faith and you don't lose the trust that you have in God. And I would say that another message in the book that you would find is that it's okay to walk away, and it's possible to walk away from everything that you thought you wanted for the rest of your life, from everything that you have known for the rest of your life. It is possible. As long as it does not do you any good, it is very possible and it's necessary. You can make it. So
thank you all so much for tuning into Xabiso's digital book launch. I am KD, if you guys are unaware. So I will share my numbers so that you guys can WhatsApp me if you have any questions after this day or would like to place a pre-order. Otherwise, please do be patient with us. We are entering into a lockdown tonight, so we will not be able to print the books as quickly as we would like to, but we still encourage you to pre-order your copy and pay in advance so that as soon as we've printed, you are among the first to touch and feel Beautifully Broken, Divinely Repaired. More information on pre-orders will be on the caption. Thank you again for joining us. Do have a lovely lockdown season. Yes, so follow us on Instagram and like our page right here on Facebook. We do have daily content that we upload on the socials and on YouTube. We also have a podcast where you will be hearing a lot of Xabiso's poems. So yeah, do follow us, keep in touch, and yeah, we will see you on the other side of the lockdown. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and enjoy your time with your family.